The title of my research project is Inclusive Rationality. What does it mean? And why do we need this notion? Why do we need it in this particular historical time? My answer is that we need it to strengthen and rearticulate philosophy's social role in contemporary democratic societies, while at the same time deconstructing three major preconceptions against the philosophical practice itself. What are these preconceptions? Lack of objective knowledge and scientificity, abstractness, and uselessness. Many research and journalistic articles have made a connection between these preconceptions against philosophy and state policies that defund philosophy and the humanities, reprioritizing resources on supposedly more job-relevant disciplines. Against this backdrop, we need to improve our way of thinking about philosophy and society, about their relationship. We need to show how philosophy can positively act within society. The idea of my project is to put forth a conception of inclusive rationality, able at the same time to embody, to generate, and propose inclusive philosophical and social practices. In other words, the aim of my research project is to build an inclusive, pluralistic model for representing philosophy's social role in contemporary societies. And this model should counter those preconceptions against philosophy I mentioned. And also, it should incorporate non-mainstream and underrepresented perspectives. It should integrate diverse philosophical approaches and traditions, and it should also forge new educational methods to contribute to societal transformations while being able to convey these results to society. Now I'm telling you how I will try to formulate, to need this notion of inclusive rationality. I will make three philosophical perspectives interact. First of all, we need a sort of container. We need to know what we are talking about, and we are talking about what philosophy is. So we need contemporary method philosophy, which explicitly tries to explore what philosophy is, what its methods, objects, missions are. Second ingredient, so to say, we need a structure, a dynamic structure that allows us to forge a notion of rationality. In this context, the second philosophical perspective I want to put into play is that of Hegel. Through his conception of rationality, Hegel provides a unitary theoretical model for thinking of philosophy's scientificity, usefulness, and concreteness. He thus offers a way to systematically reorganize the different voices of contemporary metaphilosophy. And lastly, third ingredient, to build this model of inclusive rationality, we need something visionary that radically questions established, crystallized meanings and practices. We need a thought able to involve marginalized, discriminated, and oppressed groups. In other words, we need feminist philosophies. And particularly, we need feminist epistemologies. They allow to emphasize the situatedness of our conceptions of scientificity. Secondly, they allow us to integrate an ethical component into our paradigms of scientificity via the justification of a link between situated knowledges and the responsibility of endorsing a particular perspective. Also, feminist epistemologies and feminist philosophies in general help us to stress philosophy's critical and visionary power to re-signify notion with established meanings, and they help us imagine new life scenarios, bringing transformations of systems of knowledge. Another need of my project is to transfer all this to society. The need is to communicate this notion and to make it concrete in society, to practice it in communities. So one further objective of my research project is to design a new educational philosophical program aimed at addressing societal challenges. I will focus on gender inequality as it affects both society and philosophy as a profession. The idea is to develop an educational program intersecting gender issues, the P4C method, which is the philosophy for children method, as well as other interdisciplinary educational methods. There are two main convictions at the basis of my research project. The first one is that the way we think is the way we act. And the second one is a sentence that I quote from Dana Haraway, which is, "It matters what ideas we use to think other ideas."